I also think that this movie kind of mirrored both previous iterations of Spider-Man, but in more of a mockery. They did the scene where they did the upside down kiss.
Oh,
where Spider-Man was upside down.
Yeah.
And Karen said to Spider-Man, "Now's the perfect time to kiss."
Yeah, and then he just drops, right? The elevator shaft just goes down, and
so I think that was a nice little jab at the original, which is it's not like
it wasn't a mean jab.
Yeah, it wasn't like a rude one. It was just maybe
it was
like,
more in good
like
fun.
Homage.
Think. Yeah.
You know, paying like respect, I guess.
Yeah, I think it would have been a move on their part if they actually kissed, but they didn't.
Yeah.
So
the elevator scene kind of mirrored the clock tower scene when Gwen Stacy falls and dies.
Yes.
Only this time he actually doesn't let
her die.
Yeah.
He catches her the proper way.
Now that might
by the hand instead of like, hey, let me shoot the web to the middle of your body, and then your spine does the whole serial snap crackle pop
straight to the back of the head.
Yeah.
Bam. To the floor.
Done. Stupid. Peter Parker's supposed to be really smart. I feel like that's a really stupid thing to do.
I feel like that kind of had something to do. And honestly, maybe it does. It doesn't. Maybe it's just coincidental because there's only so much you could do with Spiderweb.
Ooh, what about my favorite
Oh, the Jesus.
And then what was it in the other one?
Oh,
he was trying to stop
Spider-Man
the train.
2, he was trying to stop the train.
And he's like, I can't hold the train.
Wait, what did he do in the first one?
The train's pushing his back, and he's like,
yeah. Oh wait, so Spider-Man 2, he's got the cringeworthy face with the train.
Yeah. Like he looks like he has to fart real bad.
Oh, and then Andrew Garfield off the bridge in the car.
Yeah, where he's like, okay, so they changed it up.
It's a sideways.
They changed it up. It's a.
How many times is this poor guy gonna be stretched?
You never see him holding anything with his legs. That's why he skips leg day. What?
New Spider-Man does.
What does he hold up with his legs?
New Spider-Man literally was clamping on spiderwebs with his feet.
Oh, he was.
He was.
See,
that I thought was cool.
Yeah. Okay, New Spider-Man doesn't skip leg day. So.
Or foot day, or toe day.
Or any day. Any day.
Get them glutes.
You get the point. Right?
The camera work in the beginning of the movie was more of like a found footage kind of thing going on.
Loved it.
In the first time I saw it, I kind of got annoyed. I was like, this is too much. I think the way it is, it's like shaky.
It's shaky.
Where it's not even like shaky, it's like drift shaky. It's kind of like it's like catching up with itself. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's not like your typical POV movie. But I mean, it doesn't last too long, so
no, it
doesn't
could be a lot
last
worse. Too long. And I think it was a nice touch to add, because they even they synced it up perfectly with Civil War. When he does appear and stuff, I don't know.
It was very comedic. Yeah. It was very comedic the way they. Hold up. Excuse me. Dude, what are you doing?
What? You burped, so I thought
I didn't mean sync with me. What the hell?
I was trying to sync it the way that Homecoming synced it with Civil War. I was trying to do that.
Well, sync some other time, because I don't want to smell your Chipotle. I like the fact that he didn't take the tech from Oscorp to make his web.
Yeah.
Or the web shot out of his wrist. He actually, literally, the only time he could find it possible to make his web was when it was most efficient, was when he had the materials used, which was in a high school classroom.
Yeah.
When
it was great.
In Amazing Spider-Man, he's a high school student making this highly advanced technology in his room with Oscorp stuff. I don't know.
So he was able to do that, but he didn't have the wherewithal to not break his girlfriend's neck on the way down.
His shots fired every day.
Andrew Garfield.
You don't.
Go yourself.
So much hate now.
Because, man, this guy is able to make, thingamajiggies and he's able to do all this, but when it comes to the love of his life, he puts zero thought into his no, and then snaps her back.
Bane style. Repeat. I honestly didn't feel like it was a Marvel movie. I know it is a Marvel movie. I think it kind of had its own comedic high school vibe to it, where it didn't feel like a cliche Marvel movie.
Alright, so everybody loved Guardians of the Galaxy for the reason of the soundtrack was great and it was standout-ish.
And it was in space and it had no direct connection to
anything
in Marvel except for it. Thanos, which didn't even really connect yet.
Which is great because I feel like this took a similar direction where it put us in a high school setting. And again, we did really feel that high school vibe in this movie. It wasn't like the previous ones, like I mentioned before, where it's, we're in high school for a scene, but Spider-Man does all this. So
At the end of the movie, he receives the Iron Spider suit. I already feel like Spider-Man is Iron Man Jr. He has Karen, who is just like Jarvis or
he does.
Wednesday, whatever it's called. I feel like with Robert Downey Jr.'s contract eventually gonna run out, is he the new Iron Man
guy? Like, he's not gonna be Iron Man, but
he
be
has
that.
the aura of Iron Man.
Yeah.
He's got the tech.
Yeah, because that's the thing. These guys' contracts are gonna end, and who knows if they'll renew them and continue on. I know Chris Evans was quoted as not wanting to continue to do comic book movies, so
Are you getting Iron Man fatigued at all?
he's like been a big part of it.
I-
This whole like Marvel Cinematic Universe, pretty much everything revolves around Iron Man. I think he's gonna be pushed to the wayside soon, and they're gonna focus on more characters. And yeah, maybe Spider-Man's gonna step in and be like that new Iron Man-ish type person.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the fact that he does play a very important role. I'm fine with that. And I would like to see a nice, proper send-off to him because I think his character did a lot for
Oh yeah.
the franchise. I think it's basically over, though. I feel like maybe it's time to pass down the torch. I think it would be nice to see Peter Parker kind of take on the role of Iron Man via Iron Spider in a more of a more innocent, curious way where he doesn't really understand the tech yet.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still kind of getting used to it, where Iron Man knew everything. And Peter Parker's smart enough, but he's still trying to figure it out. Didn't really like the Iron Spider suit.
Not a fan. I think it was too similar to other suits. I mean, I know they added like the gold trim around the spider symbol, but like I don't think that makes it the Iron Spider suit.
No.
I think it has to be that crimson.
That
It looks like
badass
Iron Man. It looks like Iron Man suit on Spider-Man.
What, did they just not want it to look too much like Iron Man?
Yeah, but I feel like you have to do that or make it more similar than what it was. All they did was put gold trimming and make it armor plated.
I didn't really like it.
I wasn't a fan. It didn't stand out too much. When you saw the Iron Spider suit for the first time, you're like, whoa, that's way different from Spider-Man's traditional suit. This is
it's
way
not
too
really not.
similar. You still just have gold trim. That's it.
Now, for the last thing to talk about is the end credit scene. We both saw the movie twice, and man oh man, the second time I saw it, it put chills down my spine.
Oh, are we talking about the good end credit scene? That's
The
right,
the
Marvel.
first, because there's two.
There's
end
two
credit scenes.
end credit scenes. The first one's good.
I'm only talking about the one that's important.
Okay. The Captain America one sucked. We're just gonna say that right now.
If you watch the end of the movie with the end credit scene, you're probably wondering who that was. Well, we were too.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure it out. And the answer's right on his neck.
If you look closely, he has a tattoo of a scorpion on his neck. If you're a fan of the animated series or the comic books, you know that Spider-Man has an enemy who is the Scorpion.
And that alludes to the
Sinister Six. I held
And
up 10. 6.
go back to school.
Either die a hero or live long enough,
Enough to become a villain.
Like
Michael Keaton.
Keaton! Oh my god!
Dun dun dun. But overall, what'd you think of the movie?
I am gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm gonna say like
Damn, I feel like I shot too high on that one.
you shot.
I'm
way too
giving
high.
it an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it like an 8.2.3.
Okay.
I think it
That's
was
fair.
pretty good. I think it was way better than Amazing Spider-Man. I actually did appreciate the first Amazing Spider-Man, not so much the second one though. It was junk. I think it's headed in the right direction.
Yeah. I think it was a good way
Yeah.
to introduce Spider. I think they did a good job of introducing Spider-Man to
I would
the
like,
MCU.
yeah, I would like them to continue with what they're doing, and I think over time I'm gonna bump that score up. I think just right now I'm a little butthurt on certain topics.
Do you think they'll keep him in high school for the next movie?
He's young.
He's not a
enough.
senior in the movie.
He's 15.
He's 15. Yeah.
15, right?
So we could
So,
still
yeah.
get a couple of high school years out of him. This was your host Adam Greco, featuring Joe Conto. What is it? What is it? I'm just gonna do the regular one. Did you guys see the movie? If so, leave some nitty gritty in the comment section before and for all.
And
You
for,
do it.
and for
You
all your
do
current movie news and reviews and every bit of nerdy information, keep it right here at Nerd Biz. Get out of here, Joe. Go home.
I'm drunk.
No, you're not.
I know.